All right, guys, welcome back from holidays. This video is a little late, but we're doing the market stats for December coming up next. All right, Michael James Zach here, guys, and like I said, today we're doing a market recap of December statistics for Toronto real estate. Basically, to start it off, sales obviously were down. They ended up at 4,330, which is about a 33% drop from previous month. Active listings were just under 13,000, which is also another drop, about 28%. Which is going to be the theme here. Months of inventory went up by 0.1 to 2.6 months of inventory, so still relatively low supply, but obviously going into the new year where we have the new stress test being a factor, obviously interest rates might be going up. It's going to play onto a slow start in the market. Average price, which is the big number that people watch, ended up at 535,000. Which is down about 3.5%. Days on market went up to 27 days, which is up 0.3 or 3 days. Like I said, that was the trending numbers of the narrative of what was happening in December. December's a slow month in general. Obviously, we were expecting maybe a little more higher sales in terms of with the new stress test, but I really believe that the stress test news did not really travel well because a lot of people weren't talking about it, and they maybe didn't think it was a factor. But total sales for the review of 2017, we ended up just over 92,000. Previous year, we did 113,000. Now, if you remember the forecast, what TREB, Toronto Real Estate Board, was projecting, they were projecting about 110,000. Obviously, they're blaming the fair housing market plan and just the overall, with the foreign tax coming in. They're obviously blaming that as the culprit of sales because at the end of the day, sales dropped about 20,000, which is an 18% drop from previous years. Now, in terms of year over year price change, we ended up, like I said, at 735,000 on average in Toronto. Which is up from previous year of in December, which was a 730,000. So all that work all year to go up by 20%, 30%, and it ended up coming back down to just a 0.7% increase, which, at some point I don't think it was sustainable where it was at and where it was headed. At the end of the day, with all the stuff that went on, the only number we should have been watching and what the government should have been watching was months of inventory. The market supply was so low that it drove prices up. It had nothing to do with foreign buyers and all that. And implementing stuff without the knowledge of what's going on in the market is just kind of stupid because psychologically it messes with the market because then everyone stays off of buying or stays off of selling, and they wait to the markets kind of play out to see what their next move is. Now, year over year, percentage of type of property, the increase and decreases. Detached homes were down 2.5%, which is obviously it's because they're more expensive, right? They jumped up, but overall they went down last year. Semi-detached were up 6.7% because it's a lower buying rate. Condo townhouses went up 0.7%, and condo apartments went up by the most, which was 14.48%, which basically since detached homes started trending down in June, or we'll say the spring months, condo markets were taking off, right? That was the trend we saw all year. And at the end of that, that's what we're going to see all next year because the problem is detached are very expensive, so it's going to drive the market in the condos because it's lower price points. Also, inventory can't keep up. It takes about 4 years to put a new construction up. It's a very long process. Even to get it, it's a 10-year process from start to finish just to get the approvals and all that from the city. It's a long process, so they can't just spit them out and reach demand. Now, the last thing I want to cover is average sales per year comparison. of, we ended up, like I said, is 92,000, which is much lower, about 20,000 in sales lower than the previous year. Now, when we take a look at it, 2013 we hit 87,000, and then from going on we went up to 92,000 in 2014. In 2015 we hit 101, which eventually went in 2016 up to 113, and last year 92. Now, to me, 113 is a big number to stay within, but I think around 100 is where we should have ended up this year. It brings obviously sales down from last year, but like I said, the boom happened 2015, 2016 is when everyone was, really talking about Toronto real estate. And it's just unsustainable if we keep hitting those numbers, but in terms of keep increasing at that rate. So 92, much lower than it should have been, because with all the government's regulations stepping in, obviously cost just sales in general with the market, because like I said, a lot of people put themselves on the sidelines, which like I said, is no good. Coming up in the next months, what we're going to see is interest rates supposed to be going up twice this year, so that's going to drive the market, kind of slow it down. Also, with the new stress test, it's going to slow it down in the next couple months here. So I'm predicting a very, stable, but, not big fluctuations in the market, especially once the market kind of picks up after the stress test and interest rates jump in. We will see a steady incline. So thanks, guys. Like if you like the video, share it, comment, and definitely subscribe to the channel. More videos to come, and we'll catch you on the next one, guys.